We had Tevin Farmer and Mutaya.
Raymond Mutaya.
Raymond Mutaya. They headed the card because Janibek couldn't make weight, and
I thought he made weight, but he couldn't rehydrate.
He never made it.
Report said he made it to the hospital.
Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah, he never made it to the scales.
Yeah,
he never made it to the scales. So, which kind of prompted an interesting discussion because it's like you'll get stripped if you do make it to the scales and don't make weight. But if you never make it to the scales in the first place, you're good.
There's a fine.
Well, I don't think he didn't get fined. Top Rank still had to pay his opponent some of his purse, flying back out and everything. But no, I think he's still champion, and I don't believe he was fined anything by the commission. So it's kind of interesting there. Like,
no, that's crazy.
He'd have been worse off showing up and not making weight, and he was better off not even trying at all.
It's a gray area, and then I'm not gonna, I won't even say that because I don't want to make any speculations, but I think 160, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At 160, he's a big guy at 160. And for him to not be able to make weight at 160 this early on in his career, and prior to this really hasn't shown any signs of, being depleted from nutrients or anything like that in the midst of a fight, I think that showed this is pretty much just the foreshadowing of what his career could become if he's staying at 160, because you're in the hospital. And prior to this fight, we've never known you to not make weight. We've never known you to have any symptoms of having to suck down or anything like that.
Have you ever missed a fight? A fight got canceled?
So my fight against not Garcia.
Ugas when you had to cut the hair? Or?
No, my fight in California when I ended up fighting Bonet.
Because Roberto
Guerrero.
Guerrero.
Garcia, wasn't it?
Was it Garcia or Guerrero?
Roberto,
I was like,
you used to spar him, right?
Garcia. Is it Garcia? Yeah, I couldn't get.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when he didn't make weight, he ended up in the hospital. So prior to that, I had never heard of somebody going to the hospital because they couldn't make weight. So my fight got replaced.
I would say for the B side, that could be really tough. So the guy who was fighting Janibek for the title,
Mikhailovich,
yeah, I've never heard of him, but you got to think about this is something that people don't think about. What if you spent that money? You're a guy that
not thinking wise.
You don't have the money like that, so you spend it because you about to get this check, and now you ass out.
Yep.
If you a champ already, you already made the money, but this is a guy who's probably getting his first title shot maybe, or his first big purse.
Yeah.
That money might be spent.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I know Brad man, he had a situation with his fighter. He fronted, to make it through camp and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And then that's why I went on ahead and said it. And then when the fight got canceled, he's like, now we got our hands in our pockets for a whole another couple more months. What I mean? That's one of the situations that happens. But the real question is, if it were a different fighter, and if the B side was a different fighter, would the result be different? Would there be a stripping of the title? Would the title be relinquished? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Is the B side is he getting all of his purse instead of some of his purse?
What belt does he have?
WBO and the IBF.
Okay.
Yeah. WBO IBF.
It's right now. It's a perfect time for Shane Mosley. It's like timing in his career right now is like beautiful.
He said he wants that fight last night.
Beautiful.
Gotta go get it.
You got Janibek. I don't know if you can make 160.
Yeah.
You got Lara, old.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
Lara looked good in his last fight.
Yeah. It's just older. That's the only thing.
Carlos Adames.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. And I still think Lara's tough too.
Yeah. But it's like perfect timing for him.
Yeah. It's coming together for him. He's just got to do his part.
4
losses?
Yes.
I know that's your guy. I know he just beat Danny Jacobs.
No, you keep it real.
Huh?
Keep it real.
No, I mean, I'm assuming that he's gotten better. And I know in his earlier fights, I was like, dude, take a lot of shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely was better this time.
Yeah, so, he stuck to it, getting better. So, kudos to him. I hope we do get that title shot.
Yeah.
Well, he said he was like, respectfully, I retired Danny Jacobs. I'd like to retire Lara. Which,
he did say that.
He wanted to fight all the old dudes.
There's never been, if he's ever going to beat Lara, it's going to be right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Janibek, he's He's the best. I think it's a thin division, but I think he was the best fighter in it. You know, he's the only guy with 2 belts.
Yep.
But
I think Carlos Adames is the best guy at 160. Even though I know he took a loss.
He did to Teixeira, who like Janibek is rangy and on the outside. And that fight would come down to who could control the range. Because if they fight in mid to close range, Adames got the edge. Mm-hmm. But if Janibek could keep him on the outside, he'll pick him apart a little bit. But he's running into a problem if he can't make the weight, because then he's a tweener. He's too small for 68.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the physicality frame-wise to go to those are big boys at 68.
Yeah.
But at 60, he's really good. But if he's got to be able to still make weight.
Yeah.
If his next fight is at 60, Mikhailovich has to raise an eyebrow a little bit. Like, why didn't I?
If I was, if I was Fundora, if he get past Spence, I would bolt to 160. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It's open.
Yeah, it's open. That'd be a good division for him.
It's not a bad idea.
You don't need to unify.
He could beat Adames.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got the size to, if he wanted to gain some weight, he can go up to heavyweight,
Listen, Samson always get on me when I talk about his fighters, and I got to say this about Fundora versus Spence. I think that fight is going to happen, right?
It's supposed to be, but I don't know if it's official. But
even if you go on ESPN, it says next fight.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the schedule?
It doesn't have a schedule. It just says like the date is to be determined.
Oh, okay.
But it says that's his next opponent.
Okay.
It was officially broken on ESPN. Yeah, like not just.
I won't touch it for now. I won't touch it for now.